This is an overview of a Gadgeteer device, which I'll post the source code and such for on tinyclr.com in the code share section. The purpose of this device is to monitor the soil moisture for my Kineta palms. I have 2 large pots of these. There's 5 palms per pot. And so I wanted something that would monitor the soil moisture and let me know when it was time to water my palms. So an overview of the modules here. This is a network module. Of course, being red, this is a power module. This is a Cerberus mainboard. This is the light sensor. This is a temperature humidity sensor, and down here at the bottom is a barometric pressure and temperature sensor. This is an SD card reader. I'll mention what that's for here in a second. And this is the moisture sensor. So if I just pull this out, you can see what that looks like. We'll stick that back in there. So that just sits in there and reads the moisture content of the soil. Now, it doesn't really look like it's doing much, except it's actually doing quite a bit, because not only is there a web server on here, so when I'm on my local network I can log into this device and find out what the conditions are. It also sends up real-time data to COSM every 5 minutes, and it sends me an email if the moisture level gets below a certain point, and it also sends out tweets directly from this device. Let me go through and show those screens now. As I mentioned, in addition to emails which are sent out by the device when the soil moisture falls below a certain point, this device also has a built-in web server. So on my local network I can log into the device and get the current conditions. I've purposely kept this web server really simple because typically I use COSM to see what's going on with my palm trees, but it's just an example that you can have a web server built into the device. So in COSM, I use a library from a book called Getting Started with the Internet of Things, published by O'Reilly Media. I believe the author's name is Uner Feister. This is a really cool library and really easy to use that allows you to upload your data to COSM. So this device uploads data every 5 minutes to COSM, and so I'm able to upload my soil light, temperature, humidity, pressure, all my readings, like I said, every 5 minutes. If I wanted to, I could have COSM send out tweets, but we'll let the device send those out directly, and I'll show you how in a second. One of the other things I like about COSM is that I can take a look at trending of data. So here over the last week you can see I let the palm trees get fairly dry, as it's been recommended to me, and then I watered them, and then you can see now they're starting to dry out again. So you're able to change your time frame for the charts, so you're able to more easily see trending and such. This is a public channel, and so I'll post a link to this channel so anybody can log in and see how my palm trees are doing. The other thing that this device can do is that it can send out tweets directly using a library called microtweets, which is available in the CodePlex library. So one of the things, I didn't want to make this application too chatty, so it sends out messages that might be in regards to the light conditions or temperatures in this one, or even palm trivia and such. And so you can see it not too chatty, and it's been sending out messages, but you can see here, for example, it's really dry. This message comes out when the palm tree is quite dry, and then you can see that someone must have watered it because the soil moisture went above a particular point, and so I got this tweet. Again, this is a public channel with Twitter, and as I mentioned, I use microtweets, which is available in the CodePlex library. Now the SD card on the device is so that I can load in new Twitter message templates. So right now there's about 30 message templates are on the device now, and So say after a week or whatever, 2 weeks, and it's played through them all or whatever, and I'm getting bored with those tweets or I'm finding them repetitive, I can put a data file onto an SD card, load it onto the device, and when you click in an SD card, it raises an event, and then the device will go and read those new message templates, and we're off to the races with updated Twitter messages. So it's really kind of cool that way. Again, I'm a software guy, so when I get a hold of a soldering iron, usually bad things are about to happen. But I don't have to solder anything. The build devices like this, all I have, the modules are all pre-assembled, and libraries for them all, and so I just have to plug in the cables, basically wire them up, and then I can use Visual Studio to write my code in, which means that I am able to use all the debugging features within Visual Studio, breakpoint set, next line, change values and stuff, which makes it really easy to build powerful full-featured devices like this. Again, I'm going to post the source code and such for this project on a tiny CLR in the code share section. I'll post a link for that below. I'll post links for the libraries that I use for the microtweet and the getting started with the Internet of Things source code. I'll put a link for that. And I'll put a link for the COSM feed so that you can log in and see how the palm trees are going there. As I mentioned, that's a public feed. And put a link also for the Twitter if you want to follow Office Palms. Again, I find Gadgeteer to be amazingly powerful and easy to use, and I've been able to build all sorts of cool devices with all sorts of different types of interfaces and ways of feeding information out or into these devices. I hope you get a chance to try Gadgeteer, and again, I thank you for watching this video.